Hi guys, Lou Matson here. Well, Louise Matson, intuitive healer, spiritual guide, and way shower. I was going to do a morning musings on Facebook Live, but Facebook wouldn't load, so I figured I would do just an audio one. It's probably just as well actually because it's sweltering hot here. I'm sweating. But what triggered this morning musings was the energies recently have really been quite intense for a lot of people, and they've been bringing a lot of stuff up to the surface. So things that you thought that you may have already dealt with, that you may have done a lot of clearing with before, you may be finding that are coming up to the surface and rearing their heads again, and you're kind of thinking, my goodness, I thought I dealt with this or something. But just allow and be in flow. That's the main thing. Whatever is coming up for you, don't judge it. Don't kind of get into that. Oh, why isn't this completely cleared? Just allow it to be what it is. If there is another layer, or is there? It's basically we're getting to the root cause of these things, and it's our willingness to actually go there, to go to the root cause, to actually open our heart enough to really pull all of the distortion around this out by the roots and really activate our freedom codes. Freedom to be free from all this distortion and this distorted programming that's dictated our thoughts, emotions, our behaviours, but also free to be our full and true selves. So what's been coming up for me recently has been this distorted program that, I need to be loved, that I'm unlovable, that I'm unloved. And so for me, I'm going to do ceremony today. It feels like a good day to do it. So if you're feeling inclined to do ceremony, or to, place some ritual to honor this process for yourself. It doesn't matter what it looks like. There isn't a set philosophy or set of instructions. That's all old paradigm. Go with what feels right for you, basically. So I'm going to do ceremony on letting go of this distortion and really activating the freedom codes to release all the distortions about this false narrative of needing to be loved, being unlovable, being unloved, and also opening up the freedom codes and really activating the freedom codes to be love and to receive unconditional love, because that is the truth, because we are pure love and light at our source coding, if you like. That is what we all stem from, that is what we all are. So what was interesting, and I'm going to share what kind of triggered this transmission, because it can be anything. This is what I'm saying, literally it can be anything that triggers this insight, this awareness. I was listening to the radio, which I don't often do in the car because quite often there's like the news popping in and out of the radio stations, and a lot of the music that they play I don't align with. And there was a song, and it took me back to when I was on a road trip around New Zealand with my partner. And it was something like, I need you now. It's, I think the song goes, it's 1:15, I'm all alone and I need you now. And basically what was really interesting was I found myself kind of singing along to it because it was a song that I was very familiar with. But then I was like, but I don't need, my relationship, my long-term loving relationship has broken up, but I don't need him. There was a time at the beginning of the relationship where we were kind of off and on, and I really felt that sensation of needing him. I really felt that desire to reach for the phone and contact him, and I don't now. And I found that really interesting, to be in that place, to be in that space of loving neutrality. And then the very last words of the song were what struck me. Because I remember saying to my ex-husband years ago, I'm talking decades ago now, I don't want to need to be loved. I don't want you to need me. I want you to want me. That's what I said to him. And it's that principle. And my marriage vows were going to be, for as long as this feels in alignment, we will be together. But the last, I think it was like the last line of the song was basically, I would rather hurt than feel nothing at all. That really struck me because the majority of my life, and I feel for a lot of people, we have literally numbed ourselves our whole lives. We have been so scared and programmed into not feeling, not opening our hearts, not being our feeling selves, not connecting with our feelings, not even really knowing what we feel, and so scared of actually feeling our true emotions that we don't actually recognize what they are when they come. They just feel really intense, and therefore we numb them out, we block them out, we distract ourselves from experiencing them. And that really struck me, that last line. I would rather hurt than feel nothing at all. And I remember when I was in the beginning of my relationship with this last partner, and we were a bit off and on, he was so amazed that each time we got back together that was even a possibility for me, because he said, God, your heart is so open. You know, you're willing to be hurt. You're willing to risk being hurt. And I said, yeah. And that to me was the summation of decades of work on myself, on allowing myself to have my heart open regardless. And the practice that I used to do was basically, you know, even in a situation where I was being triggered or it was painful, I would literally say to myself out loud, I am keeping my heart open. My heart is open. I am keeping my heart open. Because it really is about allowing ourselves to feel regardless of what those feelings may be perceived as. Because remember, everything's just perception. And depending on what state of consciousness you're in, if you're in your egoic construct state of consciousness, 3D, lower fourth, you know, it may be feeling good, bad, right, wrong. If you're in a higher state of consciousness, you may be, excuse me, within divine neutrality. But it's about feeling, allowing yourself to feel, because that is allowing your heart to remain open. And it is only when our hearts are open, even through the hurt and the pain and the sadness, that we allow ourselves to be there, to go there, that we can get to the root cause of these distorted programs and really activate the freedom codes within. Because it's all about us. We're the ones that have shut ourselves down. We're the ones that have allowed this programming to play out within our fields. We are sovereign beings of light, and the minute that we fully acknowledge that is the moment that we are completely free. So that's just what wanted to be shared today. So I wish you all a beautiful 4th of July, Independence Day for America, and let's hope it's Independence Day for the whole world, as we all become independent, individuated, divine sparks of the all that is, that we always have been, but that we finally fully recognize that and what that actually means, and reclaim our power, our sovereignty, and all that comes with it, which is absolutely beautiful. Have a great day, guys, and I shall see or speak to you all again soon. Take care. Bye.